I fit in, homie. Let me get him where I fit in, homie. Let me get him where I fit in, homie. Let me get him where I fit in, homie. Who am I but I'm Dre Mac? Came into the game just to spit facts. Into the space that I'm in. They call me Bobby Drake cause I'm cold with the pen. I run no diamonds but I still shine. You can dig me cause my boy's mine. My tracks flame like a Gamu. The hardest part on my tongue, thinking is a warm glue. I'ma throw with a gas leak. Camouflage in the mist, but you smell me. One spark, then I bet you I'ma blow up. Just throw my name around, get stupid, then you go dumb. No rest for the weary. A versus thinking in his man, but you can't see me. You rather drink, they gon' pull up, but took a knife through the game, homie. Let me get him where I fit in, homie. Let me get him where I fit in, homie. Let me get him where I fit in, homie. Let me get him where I fit in, homie. I came to eat at the a la carte. Got stripped of a bear, call me brainstorm. Then I come together like a Voltron. Then I pour all the planks, you use Decepticons. Fake rappers to retreat like Cobra. 80s they can flow, they like up in the storage and I'm man. Up, down, man, I'm cheap. You a beast, man. I take a beat in. Ninja Turtle rap, Turtle Clans get defeated. Hot in my ride, you can call me Night Rider. You can never stop me, cause I'm a guy bomb. Bad attitude like a rocket, my whole to the A, and I bet you can stop us. LL bad when I go and show up. You can hear the haters in the back. Let me get him where I fit in, homie. Let me get him where I fit in, homie. Let me get him where I fit in, homie. Let me get him where I fit in, homie.
This is a test. This station is conducting a test of the emergency broadcasting system. This is only a test.
Taste the biscuit. Taste the goodness of the biscuit. Taste the honey sauce. Taste the goodness of the biscuit with the honey sauce. Don't get that honey sauce on me. I don't like the way it tastes with my chicken wings.
We return you now to your regularly scheduled program.
What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? What is going on, everybody? This is your man Dre Mac coming to you again with another episode of the Dre Mac Show. 7:30 in the morning Central Time, 8:30 on the East Coast. And if you're on the West Coast right now, go ahead and get up, because you already know that the early bird gets the worm. And on today, we are going to discuss why Paramount's hostile takeover is a problem. It is a absolute problem. It's just been a lot of conversations that have been happening on here, but I'm gonna tell you why. That, you know, it's something that I've reiterated, but we got to get into the weeds of it. So hopefully you guys are happy. Hopefully you guys are healthy. Shout out to my man Heavy Gant over at the Heavy Gant channel. But you guys already know what I do. The real question is, are you
Say why you hating on my energy? Say why you hating on my energy? I don't think you wanna be my enemy.
All right. Before we do anything, let me check who is all in the house this morning. And I want you guys, honestly, I need the thumbs up. I need to share all of that, because I kept telling you, is deeper than studios or firing James Gunn and restore the Snyderverse and all that other yada, yada, yada stuff. Way deeper than that. So I need y'all to put it in for me, get the likes up, all of that, because we got to do a deep dive into this. And I'm telling you, there's more nefarious stuff going on than restore the Snyderverse in Snyder Bros. I'm trying to tell you. And the people who are, basking in this, wanting Paramount to do it, I'm trying to tell you they wanted to do it for political reasons. Nothing, they don't care nothing about the studio. They don't care nothing about, making sure that you have really good content that we can be able to watch, we can talk about on not only my channel, but other YouTube channels and through forums and Instagram and Threads and X and all of that. They literally want it for a particular political reason, man. And it's absolutely disgusting to me. All right, let's get into this. Morning, good morning. Alvin Rodriguez, good morning. Miss Roberta, the church auntie, is in the house. Good morning. Junior Network, good morning. Xavier Phoenix, the X-Men, good morning. Erica D, aka She Loves Fantasy, good morning. I'm share with you guys a layup that she sent me, an alley-oop that she sent me to that most definitely exposes a lot of what's going on. I'm talking about exposes. And I'm going to tell you guys right now, stop allowing the news media to create a new boogeyman. I'm trying to tell you, they try to tell you, everybody, this person's the boogeyman, that person's the boogeyman, this country's the boogeyman, until you find out, man, they rubbing elbows with each other. Y'all gotta. I'm just saying, you gotta watch it. This stuff is crazy right now. May Kent, the original Magnificent Crew member. Good morning. Derpy, what's up, Derp Entertainment? What's up? Justice No, good morning. That is amazing. I can't wait for it to drop. Puma Lee, good morning. You said Netflix and Paramount. Yeah, once I really get into the weeds, and again, shout out to Erica D. I'm talking about Gary Payton the Sean Kemp alley-oop. You know what I'm saying? Jordan the Pippen alley-oop. You know what I mean? I'm talking about just an alley-oop. You will understand where I'm coming from, because I've been saying this. Why is Paramount so strong about buying Warner Brothers? Because Warner Brothers has media. That's why. Because they have media, because they merged Warner Brothers and Discovery. They merged with Time Warner, which you already know who owned Time Warner. You know what I mean? Who owned TNT, Turner Network, Ted Turner's network. Ted Turner created CNN. CNN is for a fair amount of time has been very neutral when it came to political. It was right wing, left wing. You know what I'm saying? They talked about both. But I'm trying to tell you right now, I've been trying to tell y'all, they are trying to hostily take over so they can push right-wing agenda. I've been telling you that. Now the evidence is out there. And I'm trying to tell you, when I get there, you're going to be like, so they've been in cahoots the whole time. But the media tells you those are the enemy. So I'm just trying to tell you. I'm trying to tell you, you got to watch it. Oh, most definitely. All right. Christian Key, what's up? Good morning. You said, what's up, Jairus? What did you say? You said Drake Mack is not a problem because Paramount never had the money to begin with crying ain't gonna change that. That Netflix ain't worried about them haters. I want you to hold your thoughts. I want you to hold your thoughts. I want y'all to put all your right now. Listen to me, people. Listen to me in the chat. Take your thoughts. Put them in your pocket. Erica D know what I'm talking about. Put that mug in your pocket just for a minute because you will realize, I'm trying to tell you, you're going to realize why this is detrimental if it happened. If it happens. Why is it so detrimental? I'm trying to tell you. Just hold that thought. Tyler J, good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Let me see if I got everybody. Mario Faith Warrior, good morning. Good morning. Good morning. J. Carter, good morning. Good morning. And boy, I'm trying to tell you. So hold on. You already know what I got to do. I got to shout out all my crew members that been holding it down for me. Make sure when you get in here, tell them get the thumbs up because this is going to be an interesting conversation. Let's go. Hold up. Wait a minute. Wait. Whoa. Stop everything you're doing. Go and hit that like button. I know this is probably your first time watching and you probably enjoying everything. Stop fucking on the channel and go and hit that subscribe button so you never miss one of my videos or one of my morning live streams. And for only $2.99 a month, you know you can be a part of the crew. And shout out to all my crew members that been holding it down for Dre Mack and the crew since the beginning. All right, back to your regularly scheduled program, now in service. Go. Bye. All right. And again, thank you to all the crew members. And if you want to be a part of the crew, all you got to do is hit the join button on the main screen and you could be able to be a part of the crew. All right. Before we get into anything, I got some things that I'm trying to get to. I'm trying to get the main video. I'm gonna read some stuff off, but there's a video that Erica sent me that is crucial. I feel like I got some on my nose, and that is crucial to this conversation. It's very, very crucial to this conversation. So you already know we got to get a quick commercial break so we can go ahead and pay for Tyrone Magnum's Butter Biscuits. I'll be right back. Don't go nowhere. Get everybody in here. Get the thumbs up. Be right back for more of the Dre Mack Show.
Knight Rider will return after these messages and station identification.
Stedman, he's Stedman, not just a Bruce boyfriend. If you cross him, you're a dead man. You heard what I said, man.
I heard he was gay. No way, sister.
Stedman, he's Stedman.
Knight Rider. The Knight Rider Power Cycle with Kit on the pretend instrument panel.
Here he comes.
There's something special happening at Kentucky Fried Chicken.
Fresh buttermilk biscuits made from scratch. Our chicken and biscuits a perfect match.
Warm, taste so good, make you want to slap your mama for real. Man, I slap your grandma, I slap your auntie.
Good idea. Playing horsey with your little sister. Bad idea. Playing horsey with your Aunt Bertha.
Let's see who's bad, man. Come on, let's go. Let's do it. I'll show you who's bad. Come on.
You wear a disguise to look like human guys, but you're not a man, you're a chicken boo.
Now the conclusion of
I hate how they talk about you. Everybody thinks you're just a freeloader. They don't know about...
They can't know. They can't ever know. If my cover's blown, we're both dead.
Do you like the car? It's for you.
What's the occasion?
I can't believe you forgot again. It's our anniversary. We've been engaged for 15 years.
You know, I'd marry you tomorrow, baby. But it wouldn't be fair, not to you or to the free world. Well, look at you.
This is it. I can't believe it. After 15 years, we're finally going to consummate our love.
Damn. This is Stedman. It's the commissioner. What? Professor Haight? He's escaped? Damn. What? The French Riviera. Now? Yes, sir. I'm on my way. Damn him! Damn that Professor Haight!
He's escaped? Again? Can't they build a prison strong enough to hold him for at least one night?
He's diabolical! I must go.
Can it wait just 1 hour? I want it so bad. 5 minutes.
5 minutes? Believe me, when we finally make love, I'm gonna take my time. It's gonna take all night long. But right now, I'm gonna need some money.
How much?
Let's see. French Riviera. In the house. Wardrobe. Disguises, special weapons, laser glasses, speedboat, armored helicopter.
All I have on me is 1.3 million.
That'll have to do.
Oh, darling, what kind of life is this?
Oprah, darling, you have to be strong. There's more at stake than just you and me.
Here's something to read on the plane.
Thank you, darling.
How about a kiss?
Of course. Close your eyes.
Oh, Stedman.
All right. Let's get into it with the adventures of Stedman going on. We need something. To get our minds off of what the whole entire hell Paramount think they're doing. Honestly. So I'm going to go into CNN first. I'm going to go into CNN and find out we're going to find out from CNN. We're going to read their story. And then I'm going to show you this video in the intersection of this. So give me just a second. Let me transition over and let me share my screen so you guys can actually see this. Persetta, good morning. I see you up in here. All right. So Paramount, come on now. Yes, continue as me. It's me. Oh, Lord. Lord, I don't want to. Are you serious? I don't care nothing about that. Maybe later. Are you kidding me? Just play the daggone thing. Okay. Sorry about that. They're trying to get me to do a subscription. I don't want to. They're diabolical. All right. Paramount has gone straight to Warner Brothers Discovery shareholder with an all-out cash offer and an extraordinary endeavor to gain control of Hollywood's most sought-after prize, a bid that Netflix beat on Friday. So let's just know, Netflix still beat it. Matter of fact, just last week, Paramount Paramount went to go do a bid and got straight dismissed. Like, nope. You know what I'm saying? We don't want to do it. Nothing, right? We don't want to be a part of the bid. And so they got their bid rejected just last week, right? So let's keep that in mind. Paramount already tried and they failed miserably. All right, hold on real quick. All right, this is okay, because I got to make sure that this. Yep, I got that. Oh snap, where's that at? Okay, let me move this because I'm trying to just put everything in its own, like, so I can get to it quicker. Yeah, there we go. All right. So Paramount was widely expected to be the front runner for Warner Brothers, but Warner Brothers Discovery opted instead for Netflix, which it said offered a more lucrative deal. The proposal marriage with Netflix caught Hollywood insiders by surprise, including Paramount CEO David Ellison. Remember that name? Who still contends that his deal was the better offer. We're sitting on Wall Street where cash is king, Ellison told CNBC in an interview Monday. We're offering shareholders $17.6 billion more cash than the deal that currently has signed up with Netflix. And we believe that they see what is currently in our offer, then that's what then that's what they'll vote for. Excuse me. Paramount offered $30 per share in an all-out cash deal for the entire company, while Netflix offered $27.75 dollars for Warner Brothers and HBO, $23.25 per share in cash and $4.50 in stock. The math is tricky, but Netflix believe the eventual spinoff of WBD's cable assets, including CNN, which is not included in the next Netflix deal. Keep that in mind. CNN, who we're doing CNN business, it's not included in this deal. I want you to keep that in the back of your mind. CNN is not included in the Netflix deal, but Paramount wants CNN. Tell you why they want CNN so bad. All right. But it said, which is not included in the Netflix deal, will be worth several dollars per share in its entirety. Netflix contends that its deal will ultimately be worth more than Paramount's offer. Paramount, unlike Netflix, is seeking to buy WBD's in its entirety. It notes its offer is worth $108.4 billion for all of WBD, compared to $82.7 billion for Netflix offer, which doesn't include the value of the company's cable channels. And accepting Netflix offer last week, WBD's board clearly decided that the deal was better. It has long been argued that the cable access will be worth more than when spun off, than combined with movie studios and HBO, unlocking significant value for shareholders. Now, I'm going to stop right there. We're going to take a pause on this right there, right? Let's just get to where we at right now. Warner Brothers Discovery is up for sale. Netflix put in a deal to take all the HBO assets and everything, and WBD said we'll split the cable portion of it while giving everything as far as the studios, Warner Brothers Studios, DC Studios, and all the other subsidiaries that's under that, Netflix will own, right? And then the shareholders could be able to make money off of the cable portion of it by itself as its own entity, and Warner Brothers Discovery is under Netflix banner, and then they'll have their own success. What it is, right? Paramount, whose bid was dismissed, they got rejected for their bid, said, nope, I'm going to put a cash offer down that's basically $21 billion more than what they have. But instead of going to Warner Brothers, they went to the shareholders itself. Then he goes to the board and went to the shareholders. And Netflix is saying, hey, shareholders, the deal is better with us in the long run because you'll make money from both sides. Now, the question, if you haven't been following this deal, if you haven't been following this, why is Paramount so gun-ho about buying Warner Brothers Discovery, the whole entire thing? We're going to get into that after Hero Culture sent a $5 super chat. They're much better than Netflix, as Netflix will lead to the death of theatrical and physical media. Anyone saying otherwise is full of themselves. Hero Culture, I completely disagree, because I said it last week when on Friday, Hero Culture, we talked about this. Netflix started their business doing physical media first. That's how they made their money. They legitimately shut down Blockbuster, Hollywood Video, and even the mom and pop shops that was doing movie rentals, because their movie rentals was easier. It was easier to go to. There was a booth. There was nobody to talk to. They started in physical media, right? Number 2, Redbox. I said Redbox. Number 2, there has been a history of Netflix doing deals while keeping their hands out of the cookie jar. They allow whatever creator or anything to create their media on their platform, right? And Netflix didn't go and tinker with it like a studio like Disney, like a studio like Warner Brothers, what they did with the original DCEU and all of that. They do not tinker. They've already said, yes, there might be shorter windows for they're going to have theatrical releases, but it might be a shorter window for them to stay in the box office because they immediately go to Netflix, which who is the biggest streaming platform? You see what I mean? And number 4, HBO's physical media sells a lot more than you think. Physical copies of Game of Thrones, House of the Dragon, Stranger Things, all of that has gained so much of a following with the physical media portion of it. You know, they spin off to merchandise because, again, the way you make your money in a studio is not off of the movie itself. Not by the money itself. It's the merchandise. So the physical media that you could buy off of that. If you think that they're going to stop physical media, then you need to go back to your local Walmarts, your local Targets, or local anything and see how many copies of Game of Thrones in a physical or not Game of Thrones, but Stranger Things is in a physical copy, or their shows are in a physical copy. You need to think about it for just a second. Why would they buy a franchise like Warner Brothers that's literally been around in Hollywood since the start of Hollywood, and you think they're going to kill it? If that was the case, why did the Screen Actors Guild go with protests about Paramount and not Netflix if you think that Netflix is going to kill physical media completely, or the physical media in theaters? If you think that, why would they go after Paramount and not Netflix? Think about it for a second. This is not emotional. This is just the facts laid out. They've already shown you. If that was the case, WWE wouldn't have partnered with Netflix. WWE that's what I meant. Stranger Things is part of Netflix. Go to your local Walmart, go to Target, and see if you don't find copies of Stranger Things on DVD or Blu-ray. Steal copies, all of that. It's there. They make money off of merchandise. They will not kill physical media. Nowhere, no how, when you know Netflix is in the process of making money. They're in the process of making money. And you know Warner Brothers physical media is going to make money. What up, Torian? What's up? All right, before we get to that, let's get to this video real quick. Shout out to Isaac Hayes III. Because I believe this was, I forgot what news station it was on. But let's get to this little clip. Watch. I want you to listen.
Paramount officially launched a hostile takeover bid for Warner Brothers Discovery, despite its deal that we learned about last week with Netflix. And buried in the fine print, the deal is backed by a private equity firm founded by none other than Trump's son-in-law, Jared Kushner.
Why is Jared Kushner part of the Paramount deal? Ask yourself the question. Why is Trump's, not only did the Trump administration push for Ellison, they came out and said it, for Dave Ellison to buy Warner Brothers. Why? Because they did the same thing with CBS. They're trying to change anything that has to do with left-wing media and make it right-wing media. Strictly so, these jackasses that's in office right now cannot take accountability for the way the economy and the way that this society is going right now. That's all it is. That's all it is. You think they care about Warner Brothers? They will let Warner Brothers burn to the ground if they can allow themselves to get in to these major news stations. CNN, MSNBC, CBS, ABC is bigger. I'm trying to tell you I've been telling you this for what? Over a month now, that is way bigger than the CEO, David Slassoff, and what they're doing, and Netflix, and what they got going on, and yada, 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 and physical. Damn all of that. Damn that. It is about free speech, and the Trump administration is trying to find a way to stop free speech. That's why. That is why. This is what I kept talking about on yesterday. When we start talking about, I was going to talk about Warner Brothers Discovery. I'm like, I don't care nothing about Paramount right now. It's about free speech. It is about free speech. We go get into it, DeAndre. We go get into it, but I'm gonna get this other right, Hero Culture. Thank you again for the $5 super chat. I don't trust the CEO. He'll say anything to get what he wants. I need proof from the scumbag. He will earn my trust, or I will pray. Just pray it. But again, you got to tell me in detail what I don't know what Netflix has done. I don't know what they've done to you. But you got to give me some examples of the why you feel like that. I just really want to know why. You may not trust them, but again, go look at the history of Netflix. Dave Chappelle, they paid him a lot of money to do a Netflix special. They put their hands in it, and they backed him up. WWE came over, dropped their whole streaming network. I paid for the WWE network, came over to Netflix. They don't put their hands in the cookie jar. You see what I mean? They took Raw and SmackDown, and they took Raw out of Fox's hands and put it on Netflix. Now, if they was tampering or tinkering with some stuff, why would they do? Why would a company that is as lucrative as WWE, knowing good and well, and any wrestling fan knows, we will go buy physical media. We're going to go buy WrestleMania. We'll buy SummerSlam. We'll go buy that if you're a wrestling fan. They haven't took it away their physical media. Why do you think they want to take away WB's, who's been around since the 1930s? I want you to legitimately put it in your mind. They're about making money. At the end of the day, they're making money. So we got and again, I said this before. The best thing that this Warner Brothers Discovery deal could do for the Warner Brothers Discovery deal for Netflix could do is if Netflix wants to do a bigger movie, they don't have to put it on Netflix. I'm talking a major motion picture where they know they're going to make money. They will use it under the Warner Brothers entity. This is no different than when Lord of the Rings, because you got to understand that Warner Brothers bought New Line Cinema, right? Their biggest movie that came out in the 2000s was under Lord of the Rings. Guess what? They didn't put it under Warner Brothers Discovery. They kept Harry Potter there. Lord of the Rings came under what? New Line Cinema. I'm just saying. I'm just saying that you gotta let this thing. I'm trying. It's better than Paramount. Let's keep going. I'm gonna get to that super chat in just a minute, but let me keep going. Because I'm gonna lose my train of thought.
As well as a huge investment from sovereign wealth funds from Saudi Arabia, Abu Dhabi, and Qatar.
Didn't they tell us the media, the Middle East, or certain people in the Middle East is just not our friends, and they're not about American values, and we got to go over there. But yet these people rub elbows with these people, and now that's how they get the capital to be able to buy this stuff. Listen.
Amazing. Paramount didn't lead with that. So let's level set here. In the last year, Paramount merged with Skydance, giving the Ellison family control over CBS News. Kushner, with the help from Saudi Arabia, took video game giant Electronic Arts private in the largest leverage buyout ever. And to top it all off, the Ellisons, who are major Trump supporters, agreed to play a key role in TikTok's U.S. operations. That is,
y'all don't see the pattern here. Y'all don't see the pattern here. And I'm going to play this back before we get back to the article. But y'all don't see the pattern here? They took over any, Electronic Arts probably, I don't have, Electronic Arts is on a downslide. What's up, Savage Cabbage? But y'all don't see the pattern there? First, Paramount merges with Skydance, owned by David Ellison, who is a Trump supporter. Jared Kushner is went and bought a $50 million buyout probably because they can just make more money. Yeah, Puma Lee, you're saying it out loud. Monopoly in real life. Then the Ellisons want to get involved in TikTok. Y'all not seeing the pattern. I need you to open up your eyes. These are right-wing Trump supporters trying to buy the largest, one of the largest deals. I mean, one of the largest platforms in TikTok. They can't buy YouTube. So TikTok is the second major platform, right? They bought CBS. And now CBS News, which was left-wing for a long time. You know what I'm saying? But they also did right-wing stories. But after Trump sued them, guess what? His partner went and bought them. Telling you got to go to the James Carter of investigating. The James Carter rule of investigating. Follow the rich white man, because there's always a rich white man out to get his cut. And the rich white man in this particular situation is Donald J. Trump. He wants this so bad so they can be able to control media. They already did it with what they did to Jimmy Kimmel. They tried to go after other late night hosts. The FCC was involved in that. You know that is against the Constitution. They're literally doing what they want to do. And everybody's worried about if damn is the Snyderverse going to be restored? Damn that Snyderverse. There's something way bigger than the Snyderverse. Let her keep talking. Let her keep talking. Let me get to your super chat here in a second.
That is an enormous amount of influence over media.
There it is.
And if their bid with Warner Brothers Discovery is successful, it is only going to get much, much bigger. Today, Paramount officially launched a hostile takeover bid for Warner Brothers Discovery, despite its deal that we learned about last week with Netflix. And buried in the fine print, the deal is backed by a private equity firm founded by none other than Trump's son-in-law, Jared Kushner, as well as a huge investment from sovereign wealth funds from Saudi Arabia, Abu Dhabi, and Qatar. Amazing. Paramount didn't lead with that. So let's level set here. In the last year, Paramount merged with Skydance, giving the Ellison family control over CBS News. Kushner, with the help from Saudi Arabia, took video game giant Electronic Arts private in the largest leverage buyout ever. And to top it all off, the Ellisons, who are major Trump supporters, agreed to play a key role in TikTok's U.S. operations. That is an enormous amount of influence over media. And if their bid with Warner Brothers Discovery is successful, it is only going to get much, much bigger. Today.
Y'all not getting it. Y'all not getting it. It's bigger. Way bigger than what you got. They want to control media. That's all they want to do. Now, this is the thing. This is the thing I want you to kind of understand, right? When they control the media, they could put out whatever propaganda and all of that they want to without any issues or anything, even after Donald Trump is out of office. Listen to what I'm saying. This ain't about him being in office. This is about when he gets out and being a part of controlled media. And remember, he's the one who coined the term fake news. And now he's going to have his hand in controlling media. If y'all don't see it, it was crazy. Isaac Hayes III already has a platform. He already has one where you can literally pay for it and you become an investor on the app that was similar to Clubhouse. But people want to go to Clubhouse. Just saying. I mean, I met great friends and stuff like that on Clubhouse. Clubhouse is free, but guess what? You got to pay for it now. I might as well go with Isaac Hayes III and be on this platform. All right. It says Simple Voltron Legendary Defender season 7 or 8 are lost media. The CEO said they wanted to kill theaters in favor of streaming. My trust is earned. Okay. So let's see if he actually said that. Because what I like to do before we get to the rest of the thing, I want to address what you said. And let's see, did he say it? So we can be able to get some contrast, some context to what you're saying. So give me just a second. Give me a moment here. I'm trying to just make sure I get all the information you put in here. All right. All right. So this is actually what he said. Let's share this. I'm about to share my screen real quick. Take your comment down for just a second. Let me go ahead and give you this though, because you have been super chatting. So let me hook you up real quick.
You are truly amazing. Thank you for your super chat.
You wanna be my enemy.
All right. So this is what he said. This is an AI overview. And this is just a compilation of what he said. He said, yes, Netflix co-CEO Ted Sarandos has stated that the traditional movie theater model is outdated and that consumers prefer watching movies at home, implying streaming serves the audience better, though he also claims Netflix is saving Hollywood and is committed to theatrical releases for some films, especially post Warner Brothers acquisition, while pushing for shorter windows. He sees the future as streaming focused, but with some theatrical window, not necessarily killing theaters entirely, but changing how they operate by meeting consumer demands for home viewing. Now, let me back up and say that there was a certain There were certain pandemic that happened around the world, and especially the United States, where people could not leave their homes. So what happened while they were at home? They were watching movies. They were streaming day and day releases, whether it's Netflix, whether it was Disney, no matter where it came from, they were watching shows at home. And they had people so scared, right? They had people so scared to go be around other people because of the pandemic that people were wearing masks. People had to be 6 feet. Yeah, we forgot about that. 6 feet, all of that stuff, yada, 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 right? And people weren't going to the movies. And it took a while for people to start going back to the movies. But we've also seen movies that we didn't even think would be successful be sold out. Great one was Minecraft. Even though that's not a good movie, it's okay. It was $1 billion movie. It made money. And Sinners, made money. So the model he said is not dead, but there are some people that will wait for something to go on streaming before they go to the movies and vice versa. I'm still going to the movies because I love the movie experience. But to say that's what he said, hero culture, is completely false. He did not say that he was going to kill the theatrical experience for streaming. That's not what he said. Let's get to the key points, and then we'll go back to the article. Key points for Sorrento: outdated model. He calls the long theatrical window outdated and not consumer friendly, suggesting it is out of step with modern life. Consumer choice. He argues that the data shows people want to watch movies at home, and Netflix is giving them what they want. Coexistence. While pushing for flexibility, he has said streaming and theaters can coexist, and Netflix is even buying theaters to support big releases. Now, this is what I mean by the big releases. I just said the best thing that Netflix could do while inquiring Warner Brothers, right? What up, Rico? While acquiring Warner Brothers, is that if they want to do a big full-fledged movie where they really want to put their money, real money behind that movie, they can do it under the Warner Brothers banner and not miss a beat. And then if it's not successful theatrically, that's a lie, Escanella, whatever. If that's not successful, then they can just stream it on Netflix and recoup their money that way. And when they recoup their money that way, I'm talking about through merchandising and all of that, physical copies, so on and so forth. Because it's funny that some things that we watch and end up not liking, they end up being a cult classic later on. Family Guy is a prime example of that. And Family Guy has went on for tremendous success. So that is just an example of what can happen. All right, Warner Brothers deal. Following the recent acquisition of Warner Brothers Discovery, he stated Netflix would continue traditional theatrical releases for those films, but expects windows to evolve. And that's all he's saying, is he wants shorter windows. In essence, Sarandos believes that the traditional theater experience is faded due to consumer preference for streaming convenience. But Netflix aims to integrate both models, focusing heavily on home viewing while preserving some theatrical runs for major blockbusters. So there's that. Let me get back to the article, and let's keep going, because I spent a lot of time on that. So let's get back to the article. On Monday, Paramount said WBD shareholders should decide. WBD shareholders deserve an opportunity to consider our superior all-out cash offer are superior. That's crazy. All-out cash offer for their shares in the entire company. Ellison said in a statement, "Our public offer, which is on the same terms we provided to Warner Brothers Discovery's board of directors in private, provides superior value and more certain and quicker path to completion. We believe that Warner Brothers Discovery, a board of directors, is pursuing an inferior proposal." WBD in a statement said it would review the offer and make a recommendation to shareholders within 10 business days. So now we got 9 days since this was yesterday. So as a day of this live stream, so we have 9 more days left to see what happens. Netflix co-CEO Ted Sarandos said Friday that he had expected Paramount to counter his bid and he remains confident Netflix deal will be completed. So he is saying, I want the Netflix deal to be done. I don't want none of Paramount. Why? Well, let's just go back and listen to this one more time.
Paramount officially launched a hostile takeover bid for Warner Brothers Discovery, despite its deal that we learned about last week with Netflix. And buried in the fine print, the deal is backed by a private equity firm founded by none other than Trump's son-in-law, Jared Kushner, as well as a huge investment from sovereign wealth funds from Saudi Arabia, Abu Dhabi, and Qatar. Amazing. Paramount didn't lead with that. So let's level set here. In the last year, Paramount merged with Skydance, giving the Ellison family control over CBS News. Kushner, with the help from Saudi Arabia, took video game giant Electronic Arts private in the largest leverage buyout ever. And to top it all off, the Ellisons, who are major Trump supporters, agreed to play a key role in TikTok's U.S. operations. That is an enormous amount of influence over media. And if their bid with Warner Brothers Discovery is successful, it is only going to get much, much bigger. Today.
Now, I just thought about this. Think about this. Just think about this. Family Guy it was popular, but remember, Family Guy got canceled. And it became a cult classic on, was it under syndication? And then that's when they brought it back. But they got canceled. But I just thought about this. This just hit me. Think about this for just a second. Trump's homie, I don't know if they homies anymore, but what's his name? Elon Musk. Guess what he owns? Guess what he owns that is media? Twitter, now called X. Right? Then his homie Ellison buys CBS, who he literally just had beef with. Got CBS. Right? Then his son-in-law now wants to bought Electronic Arts, got money off of that, but then wanted to buy TikTok, the U.S. operation version of it. Right? Now they don't want Warner Brothers. They want CNN. That's what they want. Ted Turner's baby. CNN. They could give a damn about Warner Brothers and Hollywood and the movies and all of that. Do you hear anything in the state? Now, I want y'all to pay attention to this article. Did you hear anything from Ellison that said, yeah, our deal is going to make sure that Warner Brothers continue its long tradition of movies and movie standards like Gone with the Wind, Casablanca, all of that, yada, 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 yada. Nope. Oh, so Elon, y'all not catching it? Y'all not catching it. See, when you got elephant dollars, when you got real money, that's how you change influence. You just start buying out your competition. I mean, hell, we talk about WWE. That's what Vince McMahon did. What up, Blue? You get you and your homies together and start buying out. If you don't like the way it's cracking, you just go buy it. That's when you got real money. That's why a lot of people be stunting with their jewelry and diamonds and all of this stuff. You ain't got no money. That's chicken feed. When you go buying, again, that's why they hated Michael Jackson. Because Michael was smart enough to buy into the company that's pushing his album. I own half of everything up in this hoe. That's when you got money. When you start hearing stories and the FBI investigating the man for 10 years and you ain't find no glitter, no penny loafers at no kid's house, no nothing. Just saying. So with this deal, we're talking about the Warner Brothers hostile takeover. What's up, Mrs. Rock Kitty? So when you got bread like this, you go get, if they're trying to stop you, just go buy it. That's what they doing. And that's all Ellison, Jared Kushner, Elon Musk, all the homies that supported Trump start buying it. Because if you ain't gonna tell you, if you and I go do what I tell you to do, you know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna keep saying this is fake news, fake news. I'm just gonna have my homies just buy the news. That's what I do. I have my homies buy the news. Now I can push whatever narrative that I want without the backlash, without the nothing. Without Flex Zone. All right, did I get to that last super chat? Let me get to the last super chat. Yeah, I did. Oh, no, I didn't. No, I didn't. After the contract is honored, if he keeps putting stuff in theaters and digital, I'll backtrack until then. I'm on my, hey, that's the sword you decide to die on. I have my swords I die on. So I ain't mad at you. But I had to come get the correct information. You know what I mean? On that, because he didn't necessarily say that. I feel where you coming from, but just wanted to, in love, correct to see what he actually said and give my opinion based on the information that is available, how they can be able to move forward. Would be a great way for them to move forward. You said Dave Ellis is acting like the sport ad ready he is. Bro, you lost. Move on and make Paramount great. Because you already know it's not about, they don't care about Paramount. They don't really care about Paramount. They care about the media. That's it. That's all they did. If Instagram was on sale, this is one of the reasons why Blue Sky and Threads got invented on through Instagram. Because they knew what was going on with the Elon Musk deal. There's more. I'm trying to tell you, there's so much racist stuff that don't get flagged on Twitter now. I'm talking about straight racism. It's not going to get flagged. You can't come over there with Blue Sky and do all of that. And Blue Sky is just basically Twitter from 2008. Threads is getting hot. I'm starting to go on Threads way more than I am Twitter. I'll steal stuff on Twitter. I'll be stealing videos, all this stuff. But I'm just saying. But all right. Anyway, let's see. WBD stocks rose 5% above the $27 a share on Mondays as investors anticipating a bidding war. Netflix may come back with an even more lucrative offer to counter Paramount's bid. Paramount PS Sky rose 7% and Netflix fell more than 3%. If WBD ultimately chooses Paramount's offer, it will owe Netflix $2.8 billion breakup fee. Paramount appeals to shareholders. In addition to his contention that his deal offers WBD shareholders more overall value, Ellison also made the argument that Paramount offer stands a higher chance of regulatory approval. He noted to CNBC that Netflix offer would combine the number one streaming network with HBO Max, which is number 3, a potential unappealing prospect for skeptical antitrust authorities, which is going to go through the FCC. Guess who is in the FCC's back pocket? I mean, who has the FCC in his back pocket right now? Trump is the X factor in the Netflix Warner Brothers deal. He's already tipping the scales. You can't make this stuff up, y'all. You cannot make this stuff up. You can't. It's there. They're showing you. Ellison touted his positive relationship with I'm telling you, listen, they're telling you. Ellison touted his positive relationship with President Donald Trump, who similarly noted Sunday that he has a strong relationship with Sorrento's. I'm incredibly grateful for the relationship that I have with President Ellison told CNBC. And I also believe he believes in competition. And when you fundamentally look at the marketplace, allowing the number one streaming service to combine with the number 3 streaming service is anti-competitive. Let me tell you, he's full of bull job. And I'm going to tell you why he's full of bull job. Number one, you have 4 major cell phone companies with Sprint, T-Mobile, Verizon, and AT&T. Guess what they allowed to do during his watch? Allow Sprint to merge with T-Mobile, which is something they've been talking about ever since I worked for T-Mobile. But you're talking about one of the biggest. Sprint was I think number 3 as far as the big 4. They were number 3, and T-Mobile was number 4 with Verizon and AT&T being 1 and 2. But he allowed that to happen. What happened to competition? It ain't about competition. It's not about competition. All his homies is buying up all the media. Well, buying up the most influential media. That's what he's doing. They're not going to be able to buy ABC. But Disney already has that. And they ain't got Disney money. So that's not the question. It has nothing to do with streaming, none of that. And what does Donald Trump know about the number 1 and number 3 streaming services? He could barely say any of the Middle Eastern countries' names that he's going down there and talking to. The hell he knows about what's going on with streaming. No, they won't CNN. This is no different. Listen to what I'm saying. Listen to what I'm saying. This is no different than when the Bush administration went over to Afghanistan. It went over there and start going to war with Iraq. With Iraq. Why? It wasn't because we're doing the right thing to liberate the people. That has it had nothing to do with that. It had nothing to do with that. We all know it came for that. And Dick Cheney had his homies build the pipeline for that oil. Had nothing to do with liberating nobody. When have America ever liberated somebody? You can't even liberate the black people up in here during the 1960s, the 50s and the 60s, or actually before that, during Jim Crow, civil rights, all of that. And you're talking about liberating people over Afghanistan, in the Middle East, in Iraq, Iran? Yeah, okay, yeah. We've seen this before. We know the underlying tone with what they're doing. This is no different. This is literally the conqueror and the conquered. Which one are you going to be? I'm trying to tell y'all. All right. Netflix has contended that the deal will pass antitrust scrutiny. It stands ready to refute Paramount's marketplace claims by pointing to different metrics. Nielsen's measurements of the industry shows Netflix with 8% of the total TV usage time, slightly under Paramount's 8.2. By that measure, Netflix ranks number 6 on the Nielsen gauge, while YouTube at number 1 and Disney at number 2. Ellison said Netflix's argument was akin to saying Coke could buy Pepsi because Budweiser sold a lot of beer. YouTube is in a different category, he argued. He also appealed to the consumer and the industry. He told CNBC on Monday that Netflix WBD deal would spell the death of the theatrical movie business in Hollywood. What hero culture just said, which we found out what actually Cesarino actually said. It's bad for the consumer. It's bad for the creative community. Ellison said, we're sitting here trying to save it. Yeah, right. Ellison gave a sense of his plan for a broader company, creating a real competitor to Netflix, a real competitor to Disney. He said Paramount will offer a better support of Hollywood's creative community than Netflix, which he argued would create an anti-competitive behemoth. My question is, why haven't Paramount already did that with their streaming service? I'm not saying Paramount just has, bad stuff, but when the last time you went to Paramount for a really good show that you actually love and discussed and all of that? Because I know what they did to Bel Air. What have they done to make you believe that they're going to be a essential asset in Hollywood to compete with Netflix, to compete with Disney? And it honestly, like, they're killing the streaming side on what? All right, that's Peacock. What are they doing on Peacock right now? I'm sorry, on Paramount. What are they doing on Paramount? Right, that yellow cape. What are they doing on Paramount right now, Blue? They are. You can see that they have a share, but what show that they have that's in the zeitgeist of Mayor of Kingstown? I'm going to give you that. I'm going to give you Mayors of Kingstown. What else? But it's in the zeitgeist of right now. We look at the way that I gauge it. What are the people talking about on social media? They have all the Taylor Sheridan stuff, FBI, Landman. I'm gonna be honest with you. I ain't heard of none of that stuff. And y'all show, and I know y'all in the chat. I heard of Lioness. Somebody did tell me to watch Lioness, but ain't none of y'all in the chat told me to watch nothing on Paramount. Penguin is on HBO Max, though. None of y'all told me anything on Paramount to go watch. Be like, yo, you need to cover this on the channel. This would be dope. This is fire. Comcast ain't got the money to compete, especially not with Netflix. They just don't have the money. And I thought Apple was going to do it, but I don't think Apple has the Netflix money. All right, let's keep going. Because I'm being sidetracked and I want to wrap this up. Let me see. As someone who spent the last 15 years of my life producing movies and television shows, that is an industry that I love. It's an essential moment for our business. We believe that what we're offering is better for Hollywood, better for customers, and pro-competitive, Ellison told CNBC. I don't look at this as anything but a takeover for free speech. All right. He said, buy Warner Bros. Discovery, create a healthy competitor that will make the industry stronger. Why aren't they doing that now? You think they have the money? I wonder why they didn't buy into this whole Warner Brothers Discovery thing, especially to push more content on Apple TV. All right, what we're doing, we're creating another scaled, healthy buyer for a competitive community and talent, and we'll put 30 movies a year in theaters exclusively. Why aren't they doing that now? All right, Ellison appointed himself an unlikely savior of Hollywood. It's early days, but he has invested substantially in Paramount in his first few months on the job. Although Ellison's politics have been largely centered left throughout. Hold on, listen to this. This I did not know. Listen to this. Although Ellison's politics have been largely centered left throughout his career, he has made several overtures to Trump over the past year, sitting with the president at multiple UFC events and agreeing to administration conditions to complete his Paramount acquisition in August. He has also sought to transform CBS News, paying top dollar for the right-leaning free press, and appointed his founder Bari Weiss as CBS overseer, a decision that Trump has said he approves. I'm just saying. Y'all ain't catching that? Do I got to repeat that? Although Ellison's politics have been largely centered left throughout his career, all of a sudden he's made several overtures to Trump over the past year, sitting with the president at multiple UFC events and agreeing to administration conditions to complete his Paramount acquisition in August. He also has sought to transform CBS News, pay a top dollar for the right-leaning the free press, and appointed its founder, Boris Weiss, as CBS's overseer, a decision that Trump says he approves. Y'all don't see this. Y'all don't see this? Ellison said if his offer wins, Paramount will combine CBS News with CNN. I told you, you can't make this stuff up, people. Argue semantics, whatever. CBS News is right-leaning. What do you think CNN is going to be? Oh, boy. But yet, we want free democracy. We want healthy competition. We want all of that. Yeah, somebody grifted like a mofo. Is all I'm saying. Somebody got paid. Somebody was like, hey, big dog. Let me holler at you for a second. Y'all I watch enough mafia. I watch enough mafia stories to know when somebody sat down and had a deal that they couldn't refuse. I'm just saying. We want to build a scaled news service that is basically fundamentally in the trust business, that is in the truth business, and that speaks to 70% of Americans that are in the middle. I'm reading it to you again. This is from somebody who's hanging with the Trump administration. This is the Make America Great crowd. We want to build a scaled news service that is basically fundamentally in the trust business, that is in the truth business, that speaks to 70% of the Americans that are in the middle, Ellison said. Ellison said he had great conversation with Trump about Paramount's plan for his proposed news business, but he added that he didn't want to speak for Trump, whose son-in-law, Jared Kushner, is involved in the deal's financing. You literally cannot make this up. In addition to Redbird, other investors included Saudi Arabia's Public Investor Fund and Qatar and Kushner Affinity Partners, which has a substantial investment from the Saudi Sovereign Wealth Fund. To avoid national security scrutiny, the four entities have agreed not to take any board seats or vote their equity stakes in the company if the deal were to go through, Paramount announced Monday. Ellison also said his father, Oracle executive chairman Larry Ellison, one of the world's richest people, is chipping in an unspecified amount of equity to produce the cash, an amount that David Ellison said was fully backstopped. Oops. Sorry. Y'all not catching it. Let me, because I talked enough. Let me go to a small commercial break. I'm coming right back with more of the Dre Mack Show.
The Transformers will return after these messages.
Are you going down? Then you gotta know the best way to go. On the down low.
Damn, you banking like that? And you come over here with a biscuit meal, man?
Would you like to take a survey? No. Elevator go down the hall.
It's you! It's you!
Whoop they do?
We are talking about the same girl. Okay, well, what do we do? Fight a duel or something? Well, I don't know. Maybe,
Now the conclusion of
Step back.
Like this?
Slower. Bend over.
Stedman, what's going on?
Darling, are you all right?
Stedman, who was that woman?
That was Professor Haight, disguised as an ugly French lap dancer.
Ugly? She looked beautiful.
I suppose she might have been considered beautiful until you walked in the room.
Oh, Stedman, I've been dreaming of this moment. Come here.
Wild horses couldn't keep me away. Invisible robots!
Invisible robots?
Beep, 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 beep.
Look out!
Man, he's Stedman. Not just no Bruce boyfriend. If you cross him, you're a dead man. You heard what I said, man.
I heard he was gay. No way, sister.
Stedman, he's Stedman.
We now return to the Transformers.
Maybe we need Stedman's help to find out what's going on with Professor Haight over in the Ellison's household. Could you imagine Stedman going in and finding out what's going on? Like I said, the information is out there, y'all. And again, this goes against free speech. Let me see if hold on. Let me see if I can find this. Let me see if I can find this video. Oh, I don't even need that. I don't even need that. Check this out. Y'all think it's a game. Yes, numerous reports and personal accounts indicate that black employees and people of color were disproportionately affected by the recent layoffs at CBS News following its acquisition by David Ellison's Skydance Media, the parent company of Paramount Global. These cuts occurred as the company scaled back or eliminated its diversity, equity, and inclusion initiatives. And I kept telling you that we don't even benefit off of DEI. But when they wanted to get rid of it, guess who was the ones who got rid of? Race and Culture Unit eliminated. CBS disbanded its entire Race and Culture Unit as cost-cutting measures. Oh, now they're cutting costs, but they got elephant dollars to go and buy Warner Brothers Discovery. I'm trying to tell you, you can't make this stuff up. You cannot make this stuff up. But, hey, streaming shows canceled. The streaming program CBS Morning Plus and CBS Evening News Plus were canceled. A former black associate producer for CBS Evening News Plus, Trey Sherman, stated in a viral TikTok video that every producer laid off from his team was a person of color, while every white person was relocated to another role within the company. Journalists of color affected. Industry observers noted that the cuts, which also impacted other news organizations, specifically hit journalists of color across the board. High-profile departures. Michelle Miller, a black co-host of CBS Saturday Morning, was among those let go as the weekend program underwent a reformat. African Bureau closure. The Johannesburg, South Africa Bureau was closed, with coverage of the continent shifting to London, a move that critics argue further minimizes diverse voices and international perspectives. Overall layoff numbers. The company-wide layoff by Paramount Skydance affected nearly 2,000 employees in total. Context of lawsuits. The layoffs occurred in the context of Paramount rolling back its corporate diversity programs to comply with executive orders targeted DEI initiatives. David Ellison, the new CEO of Paramount Skydance, reportedly promised to dismantle these programs. Conversely, the company also faced a lawsuit from a former white executive who claimed that he was fired for being white and over 50 and replaced by a younger black former intern as part of alleged efforts to meet diversity quotas. This indicates a complex and contentious period regarding employee practices and diversity at the company. And y'all want me to be able to be on Team Paramount? Get Team Paramount. Team Paramount. I want to cuss. Hey, y'all over here, y'all really, y'all don't get it. Y'all don't get it. Y'all do not get it. Let me see if the video is still up by the brother. I wanted to find the just a quick one because you guys have been in here long enough and I'm ready to but see if this plays. What is this? That is not what I picked. What is that? Let's get that off. Let's go back. The hell is that?
I had a crazy idea. We were surprised that no one had done it before.
Success?
Yeah, come back on the apologies.
It's not a shocker when it comes to mainstream media. This is right on brand. Ousted CBS producer accuses network of race-based layoffs.
And this is TYT. Everybody's TYT. Let's listen.
Trey Sherman is his name. Associate producer for CBS Evening News and for the network's CBS Race and Culture Unit. Do you see how ironic it is? Not. I mean, this is what they're doing. I know. We'll claim it's fair, but we'll first start with the Race and Culture Unit at CBS because we didn't really want it in the first place. He's accusing the network of race-based layoffs after the company laid off 1,000 employees in a first round of cuts. Watch this.
They needed to cut costs. The first thing they did was get rid of DEI, and DEI don't even benefit black people. The majority of people who benefit off of DEI is white women, but they didn't fire them. They fired the black people.
I just got laid off from my job at CBS, and every producer on my team who got laid off is a person of color. Every person who gets to stay and will be relocated within the company is a white person. Now, in my meeting with the executive who told me I was getting laid off, I specifically asked him if it was a consideration for us to be relocated somewhere else within the company. And he said that we advocated to keep the show. We advocated to try to get you relocated somewhere, and we couldn't. Because I asked him, why are you the person who is making this decision or delivering the news that we're being laid off? And he said, oh, it could have been anyone. Only to later find out, because it wasn't until I went downstairs thinking that me and all of my colleagues had been laid off, that I found out that it was only the people of color. So I went one by one to my white colleagues. Are you getting laid off? No. Are you getting laid off? No. Are you getting laid off? No.
Now see, Trey.
That's all I wanted to show. That's all I wanted to show you. Now, I don't know what the sister is getting ready to say after this. I don't want to really get in trouble with TYT because this is, YouTube or whatever. But see what I mean? Y'all see what I mean? But y'all not catching it. This is the reason why it's a problem with Paramount. There's a problem with this deal. This is not fairness. This is not about fairness. It's about none of that crap. This is about control and control over the media. And Make America Great Again is going to be about controlling that media. That's all it is. And while people over here talking about fake news and all of this other stuff, I'm just saying, y'all seen it. I showed you. I heard about this a minute ago. But I always keep something tucked back here just in case I need to use it. And right there, it proved to you. It proved to everybody watching this right now. Make sure y'all give me a thumbs up. I'm putting y'all on game that this has nothing to do with the movie industry and nothing like that. Because if you don't think that these people is going to start eliminating they feel like it's DEI shows for Warner Brothers. Just saying. Just saying. I'm putting y'all on game. But Snyderverse, right? Man, they gonna get rid of DC or whatever.
Yo, the sign is real simple, B. It says wrap it up. Wrap that up, B.
I gotta wrap this up. I've been on long enough, and I'm at my point. I think I made my point. Hopefully, you guys share this video, share this live stream. This live stream has a lot of excellent information in here that we broke down. It ain't no feelings or whatever, but I can't help but feel a certain way about what they're doing and knowing damn well that they want to control the media. And if you want them to control the media, you cool with right-wing media and stuff like that, cool. I'm not. I want fairness in my media. I don't want it to be biased left or right. Honestly, I want fair, equal media. But I know all of his homies is on the deal. Please. I know a mafia deal when I see one. But what do y'all think? Put it in the comment section below. If I'm tripping, put it in the comment section below. Let me know. But before y'all get out of here, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Don't forget to hit that bell notification so you can never, ever miss one of my videos again. Until next time, I'll holler at you guys later. Peace and vibe, man. Enjoy the rest of your Wednesday. Where's my outro at? You already know I gotta butter these biscuits and I gotta go. Wait a minute. You're telling me the video's over? What? Okay, I guess so. If you have came to this portion of the video, thank you so very much for sticking to the end. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Don't forget to hit that little bell notification so you never miss one of my videos. And if you really want to, you don't got to, go ahead and follow the social media links that's down below. Until next time, I'll holler at you guys later. Peace and Bob Hire, y'all. Y'all take care of yourself.